Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of I Trek. Big shout out to all the fam that has just tapped in, man. Hey, if this is your first time here, what we like to do, take a look at the most interesting and creepy videos from all around the internet and kind of evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. If you haven't already, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me, hit that hype button, and subscribe if you're not already part of the I Trek fam, man. As always, stick around to the end because there are gems all through this episode. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
Much of what you're about to see has never been public before. The Pentagon now releasing another batch of its so-called UFO files after they were declassified by President Trump. And this morning, we got an exclusive first look. This morning, the GMA exclusive, more than 50 videos and other documents detailing strange objects in the sky, many of which the military can't explain, released in the second batch of the Pentagon's so-called UFO files. Inside never-before-seen video like this from 2024, the Coast Guard picking up this object as it flew near a plane over the southeastern U.S., and this taken by the U.S. military over Syria in 2021, following an unidentified object before it suddenly speeds off, the service member who submitted the video labeling it instant acceleration. Others seen flying in apparent formation. All part of over 200 files released so far detailing what the military officially calls unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP, better known as UFOs, long an object of public fascination.
They want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material.
The files made public on order of President Trump, who earlier this month touted complete and maximum transparency, leaving it up to the public to, quote, decide for themselves what the hell is going on. In the newly released records, this video from 2020, taken in an undisclosed area under U.S. Central Command, appearing to show a sphere flying over a population center, the pilot getting a closer look before it eventually flew higher off into the sky. And this account from a senior U.S. intelligence officer just last year, describing seeing two large orbs flare up alongside their helicopter while on a mission, saying they were orange with a white or yellow center and emitted light in all directions. Fighter jets then scrambled to identify the objects, but couldn't, the officer recounts, then writing, the same orbs we had encountered were now chasing the fighters. We were virtually speechless after these observations. After multiple investigations, the government has found no evidence any of these incidents are of an extraterrestrial nature, but military officials admit many remain unresolved and cannot be explained. And inside these files, there were some videos that certainly were not UFOs, like one of the government shooting down what was believed to be a balloon over Lake Huron in 2023, but a lot to go through here, guys.
And we know this isn't fake news because a lot of the iTrack fam globally has been sending in videos of their own accounts of what they've been seeing in the sky, whether it be orbs or UAPs. So yeah, it's actually going down, but I just can't wait till they start being honest about the lizard people.
Days of, okay, go to college and do something in an office, they are over. So you got to be smarter than that. I think technology, any kind of technology, is still a good career trajectory. The skilled trades are coming up rapidly. I would say you can make a good career and good money in skilled trade. That's definitely a career track.
Tiny creatures are living on your face right now. Microscopic mites live in human pores and hair follicles. They usually come out while you sleep, and almost everyone has them, so your face is technically an ecosystem. Did you know this or not?
In December 2019, forest officials in West Bengal, India, responded to reports of missing livestock near the Sundarbans forest region. Wildlife officer Rajesh Kumar and his team followed the tracks into a remote eucalyptus grove, nearly 3 kilometers from the nearest village. What they found made no sense. A full-grown bull, weighing nearly 400 kilograms, was suspended between 2 thin tree trunks over 6 meters above the ground. The animal was alive, calm, breathing normally. The trees showed no signs of damage. The ground beneath it was completely undisturbed. Kumar's team documented the scene for 40 minutes before attempting a rescue. After the animal was lowered, veterinarians found no fractures, no tranquilizers, and no explanation for how a 900-pound bull ended up hanging in midair.
I don't know what is in this van, but he's got a pot of gold in there, okay? He's got a pot of gold inside of this van. I'm following him. Okay, I'm following him.
It's worth noting that the following video features a doll. So if you plan on sleeping tonight, you'll probably want to skip this one. The video starts off with a child who seems very excited over the fact that the camera on which this video had been recorded is finally working after failing to turn on for a while. Enthused that the camera is now functioning, the child excitedly tells her mother about this while recording her. The child then goes on to tell their sister about this. However, it's what happens next that has left many viewers disturbed. Watch.
Mami, mira, ya aprendí a grabar, voltea. Sí. Ay, Jasmine, ya aprendí a grabar, enana. Ay, Michi, se me olvidó. Michi, voltea. Voltea. Ay, voltea.
It turns its head seemingly at the request of the child, who kept asking to turn around and look at the camera. For this reason, viewers find this video to be evidence of something.
This video was sent in by a user named Harlem Bow on May 1st, 2026. He says his brother's security camera captured this at 10 p.m. on April 17th, 2026. Take a look.
I don't know what it is about the forest when it's pitch dark, but it seems to be where all the orbs and interdimensional beings are at.
Things got so dark on the set of The Exorcist that the cast asked for a priest to bless the set. Released in 1973, The Exorcist centers on 12-year-old Reagan, a girl possessed by a demon, and it was so shocking at the time that audiences reportedly fainted, vomited, or even ran out of the theater. Behind the scenes though, the production gained a reputation that was arguably scarier than the film itself. A major incident was a mysterious fire that happened on set that almost burnt down the entire house, except for Reagan's bedroom, the main exorcism room, which was left untouched. The fire was officially blamed on a bird flying into a light box. Ellen Burstyn, who played Reagan's mother, Chris, was yanked backward on a wire during a stunt and slammed into the floor, severely injuring her back. The scream you hear in the final cut is actually real, and the injury affected her for the rest of her life. And over time, a string of deaths tied directly or indirectly to the film, often said to be a total of 9, including cast, crew, and family members, helped cement the idea that the film was cursed. Adding to the unease, the statue of Pazuzu, the demon that possesses Reagan, went missing in transit and reportedly ended up in the wrong country before being recovered, delaying production. All of this led the team to bring in a real priest, Father Thomas Birmingham, who was eventually asked to bless the set because the cast and crew were so unsettled by the accidents, delays, and deaths surrounding the shoot.
Maybe it's just me, but any set that they need to bring a priest on to cast out all the bad spirits is probably a set I don't need to be on.
I've seen this going around everywhere. There's the baseball, there's the notebook. The mirror can't see the baseball, but then he puts it around and sure enough, there's the baseball. How does it work, y'all? Let me know in the comments.
Father and son on a fishing trip in Colombia were kidnapped by the cartel in broad daylight, allegedly because they wandered onto the wrong beach. Hours later, the father was found dead with the son still missing, now with a 100 million peso reward for his return. Colombia is infamous for tourist safety, with an estimated 40 tourists dying every year in Medellin alone. But do stories like this make you reconsider Colombia?
Gulf nations, and so far every has time on his hands.
To our favor, we create a pretend world where the main actors, the world is our stage.
Fox News has just aired a man on live television who appears to be wearing a human-like mask. And what makes it even stranger is that no one may actually know who he really is. In the footage, the man is introduced as a former senior U.S. commander, speaking as a national security analyst. At first, everything seems completely normal. But as the camera gets closer, more and more viewers start noticing a strange detail around his neck. The skin texture there looks extremely unnatural, almost as if there is a layer of something attached between his face and neck. What makes it even more unsettling is that when he talks and turns his head, the area around his neck seems to show a slight separation, almost like a hyper-realistic mask slowly coming loose. That is why, after the video surfaced, conspiracy theories exploded almost instantly. Some people believe this was not just a normal shadow or a lighting issue, but a highly realistic human-like mask. Because today's hyper-realistic silicone masks can look almost completely real. On a regular camera, you might not even be able to tell whether the person is actually who they claim to be. And the scariest part is that this kind of technology is often associated with intelligence agencies, secret operations, and identity disguise. If this really was a mask, then the question becomes much bigger. What do you think?
At what point are people just going to start accepting, believing, and acknowledging that they've been here, they're here, and they're not even hiding it anymore? They're putting it directly in your face.
The eyes of the Iranian people, but the world global economy, which they're holding all hostage to, the more everybody comes to realize this is all about the IRGC. At the end of the day, we're going to have to need a government that not only hands over the nuclear material, stops threatening the Straits of Hormuz, but quits exporting the...
As someone who's been on a film set the majority of their life, I know a prosthetic mask when I see a prosthetic mask. Also, people usually blink. If you know anything about Bob Howard, he was offered a very high-ranking position of National Security Advisor and turned it down. You can connect the dots. Everything shown in this video was nationally televised and is not intended to spread misinformation. Therefore, I am not spreading misinformation. Anything spoken about was for entertainment, education, and conversation purposes only.
But again, their interests are at play here, but so are European interests, the rest of the Gulf nations, and so far, every time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows.
So the main argument that I'm hearing from people is that that was a shadow on that man's neck and that he wasn't wearing a weird CIA silicone mask. But you know, this guy came on the news with a horizontal neck gill and people just said it's a shadow. You know, and then just the other day, the American president posted an AI photo of him walking with an alien prisoner. And then earlier today, someone on X pretty much posted a joke saying that Elon Musk was an alien, he was using SpaceX, that way he can get a ride home. He can create his ride home. And then, you know, he agrees with it, but he's always posting stupid stuff on X, so I guess that one makes sense too. We have Steven Spielberg's movie Disclosure about to come out. I think at this point, the Pentagon has released 2 different sets of files on UFOs and UAPs. So I'm saying if there was ever a time that fake alien invasion was going to happen, and I know I talk about it all the time, this is now the time. You know, and it could be a shadow, but I don't think it's a shadow because it's way freakier looking than that. And I remember in past interviews, this guy had eyebrows. So where the fuck is his eyebrows at now? Or was I just imagining eyebrows this whole time? But you know, this whole mask thing has got out of hand. A lot of people are talking about it because I think something's definitely weird there. But it could just be a shadow, I guess, people. Or, you know, they're just preparing us for Project...
Those prosthetic masks absolutely exist, but why would they want to put one on him? And why would they even let that interview air if it's pretty obvious there's something going on there? It's not normal. Type in and let me know what you think.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
So why do Mary J. Blige performances look like this now? Necessarily a betting type of woman, but if I had to take a little gander on this one, I would just assume it has something to do with this woman, Lou Taylor, and her company TriStar Management. Yes, that Lou Taylor, the one who helped to orchestrate, mastermind, design, and maintain Britney Spears' conservatorship. Because Mary J. Blige has known Lou Taylor for years and years and years, and she's worked with Lou Taylor and TriStar Management for years and years and years. And what's really, really interesting about her being managed by Lou Taylor and TriStar Management is that in the time that she has been managed by them, that she's been financially in bed with Lou Taylor, she's had a lot of money troubles. A lot of tax troubles.
All right, y'all, real quick. I'm over here chopping onions. Let me know if I'm tweaking. Because this is the layer that it came off of. Look at it. It looked like some paper, bro. I'm literally, like, crinkling it up like some paper, bro. This came off. Like, that was the first layer that came off. And then I'm chopping it. I'm not even, like, my eyes not watering. Like, my nose not running. Like, I'm good. Like, it's not making me cry. So now I'm thinking, like, is this like GMO onions? They got 3D printed onions now.
Now, to his credit, I definitely was chopping onions not too long ago, and that is a fact. I didn't have any tears in my eyes. It didn't cause any kind of reaction. All the chefs in the building, tap in to let me know. I mean, we know these are GMO onions, but is there something else we're missing? Definitely tap in.
Guys, if you spend a lot of time with AI, you're gonna want to watch this video. We're screwed. Like, we're cooked. People are freaking out after finding out about something called AI psychosis. Yes, this is real. Before you think I'm having a laugh and joking here, there are genuine mental health experts and scientists who are issuing serious warnings about people becoming so obsessed with AI and literally losing touch with reality. Like, what? There's basically 3 different levels to this, and they get increasingly crazier. First of all, you have the slightly older generation, the people who don't necessarily understand AI as much as we may do. People start relying on it and thinking that everything it does is just insane, taking over so many different responsibilities. So they're warning that, well, in a couple of years, in a few years' time, we are basically like rewiring our brains, but in a not good way, because we're just saying the AI can all do it for ourselves, so we could all just become stupid. Then we have the next level, though, where people have become so ingrained and invested into AI that they actually believe that it is talking to them and it's a real person that's like their family member or friend, as insane as that sounds. They start developing some kind of relationship with it, and then we'll go to the AI system as a friend and tell them everything, ask them everything, wait for everything to be answered for them, which obviously isn't how this platform's meant to be used. Researchers are getting concerned because AI, of course, is designed to keep conversation flowing, and also designed to, well, agree with you. So people who are getting worried and anxious about certain things, always going and turning to the AI for advice, it's not actually going to be that factual because it is going to agree with you. So the question with all of this really becomes, at what point does a tool stop feeling like a tool and, well, start feeling like a real person?
All y'all saying that this is some random crackhead wandering around in the woods in the middle of the night, y'all are wrong. That ain't a human. There's actually 2 photos, not just this one. So this was taken by a game camera on a 4-wheeler trail out in the middle of nowhere outside of Berea, Kentucky. So apparently the owners of the property put up these game cameras because people were hunting on their property illegally, or at least that's what they thought. They would go out on their 4-wheeler paths and trees would be broken. They'd find a bunch of trash and like ripped up clothes and stuff. So they put these cameras out. So this is the first photo taken at 2:47 a.m. You see what looks like a human figure walking up the trail. Now the people who own this trail camera said that whatever this is can't be human, because if it was, it'd be at least 8 or 9 feet tall. And you know how trail cams work. They take photos every few seconds. This is the one right after the one that I just showed you. Arms are really skinny and disproportionate to the body. And whatever this thing is, it's not wearing clothes. And there's just nothing about this that looks like a human at all. What is it? I don't know. That's what's really concerning about this, because they found out that whatever this thing is was in their woods, in their wooded property, because they kept finding tattered clothes and random things like keychains and lanyards and stuff. So it really makes you wonder, like, what is this thing? Why is it collecting human clothing and people's belongings and stuff? Honestly, don't know what I would do in this situation. Finding out that something like this was on my property. I mean, what are you supposed to do? What would y'all do in this situation? And what do you think this is? Let me know. And don't forget to like and follow for more.
Now this is art. This is art.
So I thought these were scabs. And then I'm like, well, why would I have a scab? So this morning I realized I had these things in between my nails. And I thought, oh, is it dirt? And then I looked closer, I was like, oh, it looks like a scab. And then I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and I'm just kind of like playing around with my hands, and I'm realizing that these are actually seed ticks. And they're on this hand too. Once I realized they were on multiple of my hands, that's when I was like, what are these? That is a seed tick. So be careful, people. I mean, that these ticks can be in plain sight and you can still miss them. I literally mostly just noticed these two, and I thought, oh, it kind of looks like a little bit of a scab or something in between my hands. I don't know what happened. Must have hurt myself a little bit. Then I look closer and they're like ticks. This is wild. I took a shower last night. I was sitting in my sauna for like 45 minutes. I was sweating. I don't remember seeing these things. Or if I did, I thought it was just scabs or something. I don't know, but I was showering I did everything.
One lawmaker who has long called for UAP transparency isn't starstruck by the releases.
The stuff they're dropping right now is just, I mean, this is the deep state classic. You know, they won't show y'all some of the stuff that we've seen. They're going to show stuff that is easily identifiable.
The world just keeps getting crazier and crazier. SpaceX has approved a historic pay package to Elon Musk of $1 trillion under the condition that he puts 1 million people on Mars. A new billboard went up in Mississippi reminding criminals that the firing squad is legal. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is now home to hundreds of different species of life, and there's real debate on whether we should continue to clean it up or not, because that's their home. Toyota has actually released the front seat of one of their cars as a $3,000 desk chair. The US Social Security Administration is now going to give less benefit to disabled adults that live with family members. An AI agent deleted an entire company's database within 9 seconds after trying to solve a problem for the company. It decided to say, the solution to that? Delete everything. My name's Adorian. Follow me to stay in the loop.
Give me the McDonald's voice.
Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Things like that.
You do talk fast.
Yeah. So I love the speed read. The reason I have job security with McDonald's is because I can pronounce sausage McMuffin. Sausage McMuffin pretty quickly.
All right, y'all. Today I'm actually going to share a classic with you. And that was when one of the greatest paranormal ghostly videos ever captured, and it was captured by a police officer. The thing is, this vehicle is an extremely old vehicle, and he did see somebody in the car. We saw the hand, and then that creepy music. Talk about ghost cars. Take a look at this footage. Comment below. Tell us what you think.
Like somebody's in the car. I swear to God, I saw somebody in the car. This is some spooky right here. I'm gonna call this in the sheriff's department. Don't hear the music no more. Like somebody's in the car. Like somebody's in the car. This is some spooky right here.
Harvard has just announced that they are going to be giving way less A's to all of their students. I guess because so many people at their university were getting straight A's, obviously because they're all very smart, it's making Harvard look bad. So they're going to implement this new policy next year where each professor can only give out a certain amount of A's. I'm sorry, but how does this make any sense? Like, can you imagine completing all of your schoolwork, studying for every single exam, but then you end up getting a B because all the other A's were already given out? I mean, at this point, just go to like ASU or something, and I'm not just saying that because I got my degree from there. I just feel like it's way easier to get straight A's there versus any other college in America.
Bill Gates has 11 doomsday bunkers, and this comes directly from the man who builds apocalypse shelters for the elites. He gave a tour of one of his underground bomb shelters while naming some of the powerful clients he says are preparing to go underground.
Zuckerberg, Tate Brothers, Kardashians.
How many does Bill Gates have?
He's got 11.
He's got 11 bunkers.
You'll see how tall my bunker is. Now, normally you would think a bomb shelter is about this tall, about 7 feet tall, but look how tall mine are.
According to him, he's built bunkers for Bill Gates, who he claims owns 11 bunkers. Mark Zuckerberg, the Kardashians, Andrew Tate, and his brother Tristan. Each bunker is bigger than a New York apartment, and the price per bunker? About $400,000. According to the builder, the 6-bunker setup for the Tate brothers came out to roughly $3.9 million.
Gee, it's like an apartment. It's bigger than a New York apartment. We can put 2 of these together, 3 of these. Tate Brothers got 6 of these put together. 6? Yeah, and as he says, he's going to have stripper poles.
Hopefully the Tate Brothers locked themselves in there and they can't find the key.
And if you're curious what it costs, it's only $400,000.
So if the Tate Brothers bought 6 of these, that's nearly $3 million. Well, that's...
Well, 3.9.
Needed to see this today. This is all the good news in 60 seconds. Japan has actually rolled out a lot more of their heated benches into parks, and these things are scattered all over the city. The reason for this is to basically keep homeless people who are sleeping on them warm every night. Canada has built a lot more bridges for wildlife crossings over highways, and this is actually being rolled out into the United States as well, with them picking up a lot of these. An 8-year-old boy won $1,000 on a TV show, and he donated every single penny of it to his neighbor who is fighting leukemia, asking, how many chemo sections can I buy for her? Brazil has introduced dog therapy programs into hospitals where trained dogs will visit patients to bring comfort and reduce pain and anxiety. And for the first time ever, surgeons have operated on a patient from 1,500 miles away. Using robotic technology and essentially AI, a top scientist was able to remotely operate on a patient from around the world, making it possible for top specialists to treat patients anywhere in the world, no matter where they are.
It's always good to know as much evil as there is going on in the world, there's a lot of good too.
From around the world, making it possible for top specialists to treat patients anywhere in the world, no matter where they are.
What would you do if I told you this video was hidden away in the darkest archives of Canadian television? Winter 1992. L'Annonciation, Quebec. While the world looked the other way, a crew filmed something that defies everything we've been taught about life beyond this planet. The global elite have always told us we're alone, that sightings are just myths. But when footage like this comes to light, with detailed anatomical analyses and military operations in the snow, the official story starts to crumble. Many say it was a perfectly orchestrated hoax to discredit ufology, but the deepest mystery enthusiasts know how they operate. The best way to hide an uncomfortable truth is to make the world believe it is a lie. Shortly after its original broadcast on Quebec television, the footage was confiscated and buried in oblivion. Today, 3 decades later, the video continues to circulate underground, reminding us that the truth is still out there, waiting to be unearthed. Is it a disturbing work of art or the real record of a secret we weren't meant to see? Take a close look at the details.
Deep-sea scientists have discovered a bizarre new carnivorous creature, nicknamed the death ball, found at a crushing depth of over 11,000 feet near the South Sandwich Islands. This organism is completely redefining deep ocean biology. Unlike typical sponges that passively filter water for food, this newly identified species acts as a silent predator in the absolute darkness. Its sphere-shaped body uses an array of microscopic, Velcro-like hooks to snare passing crustaceans. Once a tiny creature becomes trapped on the sticky surface, the sponge slowly wraps its cells entirely around the prey to begin digestion. Researchers from the Ocean Census confirm that this stationary predator relies entirely on its structural texture to survive, proving how specialized life must become to exist in Earth's deepest trenches.
Morbid Facts, Part 976. In April of 2023, 56-year-old Michael Dale paid an OF model more than $11,000 for an extreme fetish session at his home in Escondido, California. Dale reportedly requested a series of disturbing acts, including being wrapped tightly in plastic like a mummy and having boots glued to his feet. Prosecutors later said the session escalated far beyond what had been agreed to, with Dale eventually found unresponsive with a plastic bag and duct tape over his face, while the woman allegedly filmed parts of the encounter. He was declared brain dead the following day after suffering fatal suffocation. Michaela Reilersdam, a 32-year-old mother of 3, was initially charged with second-degree murder before pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter in 2026. Built under Saddam Hussein in 1986, Iraq's Mosul Dam is considered one of the most dangerous dams on Earth because it was built atop a foundation of dissolving gypsum rock that constantly erodes beneath it. To keep the dam stable, crews have spent decades continuously pumping grout into the foundation to fill growing voids, with engineers at times injecting dozens of tons of grout per day as part of the around-the-clock maintenance operation. U.S. officials and engineers have warned that if the dam were to catastrophically fail, a massive wall of water could slam into Mosul within hours before surging toward Baghdad, with some worst-case estimates claiming up to 1.5 million people could die in the resulting floods.
Still kids that are on iPad kids, I guess.
Not an iPad kid.
Hey, Buddy was up there just chilling. He is definitely not an iPad kid.
3,500-year-old Egyptian statue of woman found in pyramids of Giza. But for some reason this person looks so familiar to me, and I can't place them. I can't figure out why.
The imagery used in the video was under Jay-Z's orders. He claimed Jay was just using it for shock value. But considering what Sean said in this interview, maybe he used it for something else. Jay-Z seemed to fully buy into this image. He even dropped a song called Freemason with Rick Ross. According to Sean, Jay-Z is a member, so all of this could be connected to his ties. Another thing Sean said was that Jay-Z was a higher ranking member than he was in this organization. That is especially interesting to me because of the speculations made about Jay-Z being some sort of industry boss. Many industry insiders have alleged that Jay-Z is some sort of top-level gatekeeper in the industry. DJ Academics went on a rant alluding to this, where he repeatedly accused Jay-Z of having this power to dictate career success or downfalls.
When I speak about Jay-Z, it's radio silent. No, I can say the wildest thing about Jay-Z right now, not one person will post it. And I've looked at it, I was like, that's interesting.
Okay, this just gets crazier and crazier. The Mandela effect, this one is nuts. So it's Scary Movie 2, okay? And there's a scene when the dude with the legs and the wheelchair guy is hanging off the tree, and the guy with the little hand reaches down and says, "Take my strong hand," with the little hand. But now, if you look at it, it's "take my little hand." Reinforcement of the Mandela effect here is that Marlon Wayans, who's in the movie, remembers it as "take my strong hand." Check this out.
My good hand. Thinks it's take my strong hand.
Yeah, it is take my strong hand. Take my strong hand.
No, it's take my little hand, and my mind blew today.
Really? I thought it was take my strong hand.
You take my little hand. No! Get it away from me! Take it!
Can you imagine fishing in this canal and seeing this 30-foot anaconda? That is scary as hell. Would you guys try to catch it, or what would you do? Throw a little hook, see if you can catch it?
Kyle Busch is unalived at the age of 41. That's a pretty young age to go out, right? But what if I told you this is another one of their rituals by the numbers? You see this guy right here? Because it's pretty strange that this guy also was unalived at the age of 41. Stay with me and I will show you the connection. Because, as I've already stated, he was unalived at the age of 41. And Kobe Bryant, KB, Kyle Busch, KB. Maybe that's just a coincidence, right? And then we got this right here. Again, maybe this is all just one big coincidence, but 3 people. And we all know how they love certain numbers like 33 and stuff like that, right? And it's kind of strange how there is also a connection with Michael Jordan. You tell me what is going on. And that's not all with the connections between both of the KBs, because Kobe Bryant was actually drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and then was immediately traded to LA, right? The other KB, Kyle Busch, was unalived in Charlotte. Is that just a coincidence? And obviously he was known for driving the car number 8, right? Well, obviously Kobe Bryant was known at one point in time for wearing 8. So RIP to NASCAR legend Kyle Busch, another one of their rituals by the numbers.
All right, Christina,
linked.
now just follow along with me, okay? First hit him with Tiny Earth.
So when we saw Tiny Earth,
People asked.
our crew what impressions we had.
Blackness.
And honestly, what struck me
Blackness.
wasn't necessarily just Earth, it was all the blackness around it.
There you go. All right, now hit him with Lifeboat.
Earth was just this lifeboat
Hovering.
hanging
Undisturbed.
undisturbingly in the universe.
All right, Christina, it's important that you say everything I'm saying word for word, okay? So now let's hit him with the finale, okay? I wrote this myself, so I can't wait for people to hear it. Christina?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh? Oh, God, we must have lost it?
So...
Oh, we'll tell her to just ad-lib, all right? We just say something. Anything. Go!
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned.
What is she...
Everything that this journey has yet to teach me.
Into a McDonald's drive-thru.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's 200.
The thing to remember is that stability at sea isn't won by accident. It comes from preparation, from alliances, and from the willingness to act when deterrence fails.
So we found this box hidden under the floor, but TikTok deleted the video for opening it. We only wanted to show you why you should be careful buying a house at auction. The realtors definitely didn't mention this in the advert. We're a bit concerned about who used to live here. Apparently the writing marked on the lid translates to "Don't let her speak." We'll explain exactly what's happened in our next video, but for now, this is going back under the floor.
Watch this terrifying piece of CCTV footage from Paranormality over on TikTok. How would you react if this happened to you? Let me know in the comments down below.
Man, if he didn't know that God loves him, I'm sure after that incident, he knows now.
Oh, he's so cute. Why is man chilling like that so close? He knows the food coming. Hello. Why is he so cute? Hello. Do you have any friends? They live in the wild. What the fuck? Too scared to open my door. Cheese! Cheese! What you doing? What you see? What? What you see? Who are you saying hi to? Who are you saying hi to? Dude, you need to stop that. You're freaking me out. Come on.
Well, you guys, that's another one in the books, man. I appreciate you guys for always stopping by, watching, and learning with me. If you haven't already, do me the biggest favor and hit that like button for me. Hit that hype button and subscribe if you're not a part of the iTrack fam. And I will definitely catch you on the next one.